Every post-game discussion has fueled another wave of criticism from fans, analysts, and former players. Now, a new viral claim is spreading across social media. Some posts suggest that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver privately warned WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert to take stronger action against player misconduct, or risk serious consequences. Others go even further, claiming a specific player should be banned. But here's the question everyone should be asking. Did that actually happen? As of now, there is no verified evidence that Adam Silver publicly or privately issued an ultimatum saying ban Alyssa or face consequences. Likewise, there is no official statement indicating Cathy Engelbert
if not
panicked
immediately.
over such
And there's a broader
message.
lesson here for anyone
That
who's
hasn't
followed
stopped
how
the
quickly
speculation.
media narratives
Every controversial play is now being examined frame by frame. Every disciplinary decision is questioned. And with the WNBA enjoying record television ratings and unprecedented attention, many fans believe the league is under enormous pressure to prove it can protect its biggest stars while maintaining competitive basketball. So today, we are separating facts from rumors. We'll examine why criticism of league officiating has intensified. Why Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has found herself at the center of so many debates. What role, if any, Adam Silver actually plays in conversations about the WNBA. And why this controversy has become one of the most talked about stories in women's basketball. Because sometimes, the loudest headlines aren't the most accurate. But they often reveal the biggest questions fans are asking. The conversation didn't begin with one game. It didn't begin with one hard foul. And it certainly didn't begin with one viral social media post. Instead, the pressure on WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has been building for months. As the league has reached unprecedented levels of popularity, every decision made by league officials has come under far greater scrutiny than ever before. Television audiences have grown. Attendance has surged. National media coverage has expanded. Every nationally televised game now generates millions of impressions across social media. With that growth has come something else. Higher expectations. Fans no longer expect the WNBA to simply grow. They expect consistency, transparency, and confidence from league leadership whenever controversy emerges. That's why every disputed call, every flagrant foul, and every disciplinary decision quickly becomes headline news. Recently, much of that conversation has centered on whether the league has done enough to protect its players while also preserving the physical, competitive nature of professional basketball. Some fans believe officials should hand out harsher penalties for dangerous plays. Others argue that physical defense has always been part of basketball and shouldn't be mistaken for misconduct. Those differing opinions have created one of the league's biggest ongoing debates. As a result, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has found herself at the center of nearly every major discussion. Whenever discipline is announced, some fans say it isn't strong enough. Whenever no additional punishment is issued, others accuse the league of inconsistency. It's an incredibly difficult position, because every decision disappoints someone. That's the reality of leading a rapidly growing professional sports league. Then another rumor began circulating online. Some posts claimed NBA Commissioner Adam Silver had stepped in behind the scenes, allegedly demanding stronger disciplinary action from the WNBA. Others went even further, suggesting he had delivered an ultimatum involving a specific player. However, there is no verified evidence that Adam Silver issued a statement or ultimatum saying ban Alyssa or face consequences. No official announcement from the NBA or WNBA supports that claim. That's an important distinction. Adam Silver serves as commissioner of the NBA. Cathy Engelbert serves as commissioner of the WNBA. While the two leagues have a close relationship and share business connections, disciplinary decisions within the WNBA are made through the league's own governance and procedures, not through public ultimatums from the NBA commissioner. That hasn't stopped speculation. Whenever controversy grows, fans naturally search for explanations. Some wonder whether league executives are discussing changes behind closed doors. Others believe new policies may eventually be introduced. Those are reasonable topics for debate. But they should never be confused with confirmed facts. Meanwhile, the WNBA continues facing a unique challenge. The league wants competitive basketball. Players want to compete aggressively. Fans appreciate physical defense. At the same time, everyone also wants player safety. Finding the right balance isn't easy. Call too many fouls. Fans complain the game has become too soft. Allow too much contact. Others argue officials aren't protecting players. Every league in professional sports faces this challenge. The WNBA is no exception. The difference today is visibility. Never before have so many people been watching every possession. A single controversial play can be clipped, reposted, analyzed, and debated millions of times within hours. That level of attention creates enormous pressure on officials and league executives alike. One missed call can dominate sports talk shows for days. One disciplinary decision can divide an entire fan base. Commissioner Engelbert understands that reality. Her responsibility isn't simply responding to individual incidents. It's maintaining confidence in the league as a whole. That means balancing competitive integrity, player safety, fairness, and consistency. Those goals don't always produce easy answers. Which is why every controversial decision sparks another round of public debate. As the WNBA continues to grow, those discussions are unlikely to disappear. If anything, they'll become even more intense. Because with larger audiences come louder opinions. And with greater visibility comes greater accountability. The real story isn't whether an unsupported ultimatum from Adam Silver exists. It's whether the WNBA can continue building trust by applying its rules consistently while allowing the game's natural competitiveness to thrive. That's the challenge facing Cathy Engelbert. And it's one that will continue shaping conversations around the league long after today's headlines fade. As criticism surrounding the WNBA continued to grow, the conversation slowly shifted. It was no longer just about one controversial play or one officiating decision. Instead, fans began asking a much bigger question. Has the WNBA found the right balance between protecting players and preserving the physical style of basketball that so many fans love? That question has divided the basketball world. On one side, many supporters argue the league should take a tougher stance against unnecessary contact. They believe dangerous plays deserve stronger penalties because protecting players should always come first. Their reasoning is simple. The WNBA has never had more momentum. Television ratings have climbed. Attendance has increased. Corporate partnerships continue to grow. The league's biggest stars have helped introduce millions of new fans to women's basketball. Because of that, many believe the WNBA has an even greater responsibility to ensure its athletes can compete in a safe environment. Others see things differently. They argue basketball has always been a physical sport. Hard screens, aggressive defense, battle for rebounds, loose ball collisions. These moments are part of the game. According to this viewpoint, overreacting to every physical play could change the identity of professional basketball. That's why opinions remain so divided. One fan sees a flagrant foul. Another sees ordinary playoff-style intensity. One analyst calls for suspensions. Another says officials simply need to enforce existing rules more consistently. Neither side agrees on exactly where the line should be. And that's precisely why Commissioner Cathy Engelbert faces such a difficult challenge. Every disciplinary decision is examined from every possible angle. If the league hands out additional punishment, some fans applaud the decision. Others accuse the WNBA of becoming overly protective. If no further discipline is issued, the criticism simply shifts in the opposite direction. That's the impossible balance every professional sports league must manage. Meanwhile, another rumor continued circulating online. Some social media users suggested that outside pressure from the NBA was forcing the WNBA to become more aggressive with discipline. Others claimed Adam Silver had personally demanded stronger action. However, there is no verified evidence that Adam Silver publicly or privately instructed the WNBA to ban any player or threaten consequences if it failed to do so. Those claims remain unsupported. Still, the rumor itself reflects something important. Fans clearly believe the stakes have become much higher. And in many ways, they are right. The WNBA is no longer viewed as a niche professional league. It's becoming one of the fastest-growing sports properties in North America. That growth changes everything. Every controversy receives national attention. Every officiating decision trends online. Every disciplinary ruling becomes front-page sports news. Years ago, many of these discussions would have stayed within basketball circles. Today, they are debated across television networks, podcasts, YouTube channels, and social media platforms around the world. That increased attention creates new expectations for league leadership. Fans want transparency. They want consistency. They want to understand why certain decisions are made. When communication feels unclear, speculation quickly fills the gap. That's exactly what has happened during several recent controversies. Without immediate answers, online theories begin spreading. Some prove accurate. Many do not. Unfortunately, the most dramatic version of a story often receives the most
Many
attention.
people who follow the royal family know that Queen Camilla became queen after King Charles III took the throne, while Prince William and Princess Catherine remain among the most trusted and respected members of the monarchy. But now, shocking claims are spreading online that William and Catherine have confirmed Camilla has been stripped of her royal title. So, is there any truth behind these reports? Why the sudden decision? And what could this mean for the future of the royal family, if such a dramatic decision were ever made? But what do you think about this latest royal story? Do you believe these claims are true? Or do you think they are simply another rumor making headlines? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And for more updates on the royal family, make sure you subscribe. Camilla's succession change. Now this is where things get interesting. For years, Camilla believed one thing without ever saying it out loud. As long as King Charles stood by
healthy players, confident fans,
by her side, no one could take away the position she had spent so many years building. William might disagree with her. Catherine might keep her distance. Palace advisors might raise concerns. But Charles was the king, and Camilla believed his support would always protect her. Then, an important meeting began.
Whether the league has fully reached that point remains a matter of opinion. But one thing is certain. The spotlight on every future disciplinary decision will only become brighter. And that means the next major controversy could shape public confidence in the league more than ever before. If there's one lesson the WNBA can take
took place behind closed doors inside Buckingham Palace, far from cameras, palace staff, and the carefully chosen words usually used to hide family disagreements. William arrived first, followed by Catherine. Charles and Camilla were already sitting at the table.
Conversations begin the moment a controversial play happens. Within minutes, video clips spread across social media. Former players share their opinions. Sports talk shows debate what happened. Fans replay the footage from every possible angle. Before the league even has time to review the incident, millions of people have already reached their own conclusions. That puts Commissioner Cathy Engelbert and league officials in an incredibly difficult position. Every decision is made under an intense spotlight.
Your website is the center of your online business. Help protect it from online.
Prince William has just done something his father never had the courage to do. He has gone after Camilla's family directly, cutting them off and pushing them out one by one. But what made everything explode was what came out about Camilla and her ex-husband. Secrets surfaced that are so dark and so personal to William that they left him absolutely furious. People close to the palace say he is not just angry.
Separate legitimate criticism from unsupported claims. One of the biggest rumors surrounding this story has been the suggestion that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver issued an ultimatum.
Something about that must have settled something final inside William. And when he was finally in the position to let her pay for everything, he acted very fast. He removed Annabelle from the payroll without breathing a word to anyone. No press release. No graceful transition, no acknowledgement of 20 years of service.
That doesn't mean fans shouldn't ask tough questions. They absolutely should. Healthy debate is part of every successful sports league. Fans have every right to discuss officiating, player safety, disciplinary consistency, and the direction of the game. Those conversations often help leagues improve. But there's an important difference between questioning league decisions and treating unverified rumors as established facts. Looking ahead, the WNBA's biggest priority will likely remain the same. Protect the players. Maintain competitive basketball. Apply the rules consistently. And communicate decisions as clearly as possible. If the league can continue improving in those areas, confidence from players and fans is likely to grow alongside expansion. One thing is already clear. Women's basketball has reached a moment unlike anything seen before. Every national game attracts enormous attention. Every rivalry becomes headlines. Every major decision is discussed by millions of fans. That's a sign of growth, not failure. The challenge for league leadership is ensuring that the conversations stay surface. As the next chapter unfolds,
our sex-guiding database will check.
Cathy Engelbert,
I'm from this
league
week,
officials,
produced like
players,
1,500
and
pages or
coaches.
something today. So it
The
is.
spotlight isn't getting smaller. It's getting brighter. As the dust begins to settle, one thing has become impossible to ignore. This story was never just about one controversial headline. It was never just about one issue. And it certainly wasn't just about one viral rumor.
Why has it been such a good cup of tea?
It revealed something much bigger.
So this is our Bromley barn. This is a new addition here. Just
Every whistle, every disciplinary ruling, every public statement, every post-game interview. Nothing escapes public attention anymore. For Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, that level of scrutiny comes with enormous responsibility. Leading a league experiencing record growth isn't just about celebrating higher attendance or bigger television audiences. It's about protecting the integrity of the competition while earning the trust of players, coaches, and fans alike. That trust is built through consistency, through transparency, and through decisions that are based on the league's rules, not on public pressure or viral speculation. Throughout this discussion, one rumor has dominated social media: the claim that NBA Commissioner Adam Silver demanded the WNBA ban a player or face consequences. As of now, there is no verified evidence that such an ultimatum was ever issued. That distinction matters, because in today's digital world, dramatic headlines often travel much faster than confirmed facts. A single social media post can generate millions of views before official information is even released. That's why fans should always pause and ask an important question. What's actually being confirmed? The answer to that question helps separate legitimate criticism from unsupported speculation. That doesn't mean the WNBA is beyond criticism. Far from it. Fans are right to expect fair officiating. Players deserve a safe playing environment. Coaches deserve consistent enforcement of league rules. And the public deserves clear communication whenever major controversies arise. Those expectations come with being one of the fastest-growing professional sports leagues in the world. Fortunately, growth also creates opportunity. Every challenge gives the league a chance to improve. Every controversy provides valuable lessons. Every difficult decision becomes an opportunity to strengthen confidence in the game's future. If league leadership continues refining officiating, improving communication, and applying rules consistently, the WNBA will likely emerge even stronger. Because ultimately, people aren't tuning in because of internet rumors. They are watching because of extraordinary athletes. Because of unforgettable games. Because of intense rivalries built on competition, not speculation. That's what keeps fans coming back. And that's what will continue driving the WNBA's incredible rise. The headlines will eventually change. The debates will move on. New storylines will emerge. But the league's long-term success will always depend on one thing: keeping the focus where it belongs, on the basketball. What do you think? Has the WNBA handled recent controversies the right way? Or do you believe the league needs to make changes to improve consistency and player safety? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more fact-based coverage of the WNBA, breaking basketball news, player analysis, and the biggest stories shaping the league, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Rihanna reportedly broke down during a live broadcast after a pre-P Rocky walked out following a heated argument. The emotional fallout comes after months of reported tension over their careers and private disagreements. But Rocky's final words before he left could reveal exactly where everything fell apart. It started at the Met Gala. Rihanna and Rocky walked in together like they always do, dressed to the nines, cameras flashing, everyone assuming it was just another red carpet night for fashion's biggest couple. It didn't stay that way. Cameras inside the event caught Rocky deep in conversation with a group that included Swarovski's creative director Cathy Engelbert, along with EJAE and Tyler, while Rihanna stood a few feet away answering questions from a reporter. In the footage, Rocky was chatting with two other women at the event, while Riri was being interviewed by a reporter just steps away, and at one point Riri turns to an AP with a glum expression while answering questions from the journalist. Rocky then walks over to greet the reporter and then tries to engage with Riri, who becomes standoffish. That was tiff number 1 of the night. Then came round 2. Once the gala wrapped, the couple climbed into their Sprinter van and a photographer caught what happened next. Riri and Rocky were filmed having an emotional discussion inside their Sprinter bus after the event, and at times they seemed a bit annoyed. The clip made its way online and spread fast, with fans convinced they'd caught the couple mid-blow-up. That's when the lip readers got involved. A professional lip reader named Nicola Hickling broke the van footage down for the Mirror, and what she claims she saw was rough. According to her read, the exchange opened with Rihanna asking Rocky a version of "You don't care for me, do you?" and Rocky firing back with something close to "Are you for real? You're crazy? Can't you see? Get out. I can't be around you." From there, per Hickling's translation, things apparently only escalated, with Rish giving a little laugh before Rocky seemingly told her, "I'm done here." Rihanna's alleged comeback landed just as hard, telling him she was done too, that she was tired and that he could drop her right there. Now here's where the title's real hook comes in. According to a widely circulated post from an account tracking live streams, Rihanna didn't just sit with that fight quietly at home. She went live. The post claims Rihanna went live begging ASAP Rocky to come back after chasing him out the house following their Met Gala argument, saying she'd gotten emotional after he publicly called Cardi B's dress beautiful and that she now felt like she'd ruined everything. The quotes attributed to her on that stream were raw. She's said to have told him, "I'm sorry, baby, I was wrong," followed by, "I let my emotions get the best of me." Picture that for a second. One of the biggest entertainers alive, hours removed from a red carpet, where she looked untouchable, sitting in front of a phone camera, asking her partner to walk back through the front door. The post pulled in over 2.5 million views within hours, and it dropped right on top of an already overheating news cycle about the couple. It's worth sitting with why this particular combination hit so hard. This wasn't just a couple squabbling in a car. This was a woman who has spent years being framed as the one holding everything together, breaking down in a format that left no room for a publicist to soften it. A live stream doesn't get a press release. It doesn't get edited. It just happens in real time for whoever happens to be scrolling. And Rocky leaving the house wasn't presented as some quiet exit either. The framing from that post was specific. He didn't leave for a work call or a late night session. He left mid-argument, and she went live pleading with him to turn around. That's the moment that turned a red carpet tiff into a story with real stakes attached. Not just are they fighting, but is he actually gone? TMZ, which had been tracking the couple all night, backed up the timeline of the van footage without going anywhere near the live stream claims. Their sources instead offered a very different read of the same raw material, saying the video in question showed nothing more than two people who were wiped out, with one source saying it was a long day and they were running on empty. That's the tension that defined this entire story from the jump. One version built on a live stream and a lip reader, another built on anonymous sources, telling a different story to a different outlet, both circulating at the exact same time. What nobody could argue with was the reaction online. Within a day, the clip of Rihanna's face going cold, while Rocky worked a crowd of women, had turned into one of the most dissected pieces of footage in celebrity gossip that week. An ex-user going by Slonika posted the van footage with the caption, "Oh, so this is why they were arguing." And that single line did more to fuel the story than almost anything else that surfaced. It became the caption everyone quoted, the shorthand for the entire saga. So that's the shape of the inciting incident. A gala, a side-eye, a van, a live stream, a front door. Before we get into how the couple tried to walk it back, it's worth understanding exactly who these two people are to each other, and why a single tense night carried enough weight to make headlines around the world. To understand why this fight mattered so much, you have to understand what these two have actually built. This isn't a couple that just started dating last year. Rihanna and Rocky go back over a decade, long before either of them was posting recap videos to calm down the internet. They first crossed paths professionally back in 2013, when Rocky opened for Rihanna on her Diamonds World Tour. They were friends first, running in overlapping circles for years, before anything romantic ever became public. It wasn't until the summer of 2020 that the relationship stopped being a rumor and started being something they confirmed themselves. The following year, Rocky sat down with GQ and made it official in his own words, telling the magazine Rihanna was, in his words, the love of his life. From there, things moved fast, in the way things tend to move for two people who already know exactly who they are. Sources close to them described a couple that was, in the words of one insider quoted around that time, obviously a couple and also each other's best friend, kidding around a lot, laughing a lot, and having private date nights together. That's not the language people usually use to describe a fling. That's the language people use to describe something built to last, and it has lasted through some genuinely rough patches. In 2022, Rocky was arrested in Los Angeles in connection with a 2021 incident involving a former friend, Terrell Efron, known as ASAP Relly, who accused him of firing a gun during a confrontation outside a hotel. That case hung over both of their lives for years, dragging through pre-trial hearings while the couple quietly kept building their family in the background. A source close to them at the time insisted the relationship wasn't cracking under the pressure, saying Rihanna and ASAP were staying strong as a couple, that their love for each other hadn't changed, and that Rihanna was always supportive of him no matter what, adding they'd get through the legal battle and come out stronger. That legal battle finally reached its conclusion after a 3-week trial. A jury delivered a verdict, and Rocky was found not guilty on all counts, following a trial that took a toll on his family life, leading to a flood of tears from Rihanna. He'd been staring down decades behind bars. He faced up to 24 years in prison if found guilty, and had turned down a plea deal of 6 months in prison just days before the verdict came in. When the jury foreperson read not guilty, relief was written all over Rihanna's face as she broke down in tears. Rocky jumped the stand to grab her, and outside the courthouse, his attorney Joe Tacopina told reporters Rocky had wanted to shield her from the process, but wild horses couldn't keep her away, adding, Rocky did not want her here. I will tell you that. Rocky himself turned to the jury afterward and told them, thank you all for saving my life. That's not a small thing to walk through together. That's the kind of experience that either breaks two people or welds them together permanently. By every public account, it did the latter. Rihanna posted her own reaction on Instagram afterward, writing simply, the glory belongs to God and to God alone, followed by a note of gratitude for what she called his mercy. On the back of that acquittal, Rocky's career took off in a way few people saw coming. He was set to headline Rolling Loud, co-chair the Met Gala, alongside Coleman Domingo, Lewis Hamilton and Pharrell Williams, and star opposite
Has the pressure on WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert reached a breaking point? Over the past several weeks, the debate surrounding player safety, physical play, and league discipline has become louder than ever. Every hard foul, every controversial no call, every post-game discussion has fueled another wave of criticism from fans, analysts, and former players. Now, a new viral claim is spreading across social media. But here's the question everyone should be asking. Did that actually happen? As of now, there is no verified evidence that Adam Silver publicly or privately issued an ultimatum saying ban Alyssa or face consequences. Likewise, there is no official statement indicating Cathy Engelbert panicked over such a message. That hasn't stopped the speculation. Every controversial play is now being examined frame by frame. Every disciplinary decision is questioned. And with the WNBA enjoying record television ratings and unprecedented attention, many fans believe the league is under enormous pressure to prove it can protect its biggest stars while maintaining competitive basketball. So today, we are separating facts from rumors. We'll examine why criticism of league officiating has intensified, why Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has found herself at the center of so many debates, what role, if any, Adam Silver actually plays in conversations about the WNBA, and why this controversy has become one of the most talked about stories in women's basketball. Because sometimes, the loudest headlines aren't the most accurate, but they often reveal the biggest questions fans are asking. The conversation didn't begin with one game. It didn't begin with one hard foul. And it certainly didn't begin with one viral social media post. Instead, the pressure on WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has been building for months. As the league has reached unprecedented levels of popularity, every decision made by league officials has come under far greater scrutiny than ever before. Television audiences have grown. Attendance has surged. National media coverage has expanded. Every nationally televised game now generates millions of impressions across social media. With that growth has come something else. Higher expectations. Fans no longer expect the WNBA to simply grow. They expect consistency, transparency, and confidence from league leadership whenever controversy emerges. That's why every disputed call, every flagrant foul, and every disciplinary decision quickly becomes headline news. Recently, much of that conversation has centered on whether the league has done enough to protect its players while also preserving the physical, competitive nature of professional basketball. Some fans believe officials should hand out harsher penalties for dangerous plays. Others argue that physical defense has always been part of basketball and shouldn't be mistaken for misconduct. Those differing opinions have created one of the league's biggest ongoing debates. As a result, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has found herself at the center of nearly every major discussion. Whenever discipline is announced, some fans say it isn't strong enough. Whenever no additional punishment is issued, others accuse the league of inconsistency. It's an incredibly difficult position, because every decision disappoints someone. That's the reality of leading a rapidly growing professional sports league. Then another rumor began circulating online. Some posts claimed NBA Commissioner Adam Silver had stepped in behind the scenes, allegedly demanding stronger disciplinary action from the WNBA. Others went even further, suggesting he had delivered an ultimatum involving a specific player. However, there is no verified evidence that Adam Silver issued a statement or ultimatum saying ban Alyssa or face consequences. No official announcement from the NBA or WNBA supports that claim. That's an important distinction. Adam Silver serves as commissioner of the NBA. Cathy Engelbert serves as commissioner of the WNBA. While the two leagues have a close relationship and share business connections, disciplinary decisions within the WNBA are made through the league's own governance and procedures, not through public ultimatums from the NBA commissioner. That hasn't stopped speculation. Whenever controversy grows, fans naturally search for explanations. Some wonder whether league executives are discussing changes behind closed doors. Others believe new policies may eventually be introduced. Those are reasonable topics for debate. But they should never be confused with confirmed facts. Meanwhile, the WNBA continues facing a unique challenge. The league wants competitive basketball. Players want to compete aggressively. Fans appreciate physical defense. At the same time, everyone also wants player safety. Finding the right balance isn't easy.